All right, so here we are at Fisherman's Village here in Punta Gorda. I am very excited to walk you through this facility again. I did get permission last time I was up here on the day that I was recording, but unfortunately, I don't know what was wrong, but the microphone I was using produced this horrible clicking noise throughout the duration of the entire video while I was walking. So I am truly hoping and praying that that does not happen again. But this place is somewhat near and dear to my heart, if you will. Every time we have friends or family, or I should say almost every time, there's nothing guaranteed 100% of the time, but on most occasions when there are friends or family visiting, we find ourselves coming up here to Fisherman's Village to just spend some time. There's a lot of shopping available through this entire facility. I made sure to come up here today right when it opens to try to minimize foot traffic and activity and background noise. So right here is an old-fashioned candy shop, and there's ice cream and fudge and popcorn. But this particular store right here is one where you can find a lot of your old-fashioned kind of candy that you typically aren't going to see in most places anymore. This place is just a really fun place to come and spend a day. So I think what I'm going to do is, as I walk through here, I'm going to put the camera over here so you can kind of see what's over on this side, and then I'll do the reverse on the way back. So got the captain's landing, which is clothing, sea bags, kind of self-explanatory, bags and accessories for the beach or wherever you may be headed for a day. We've got a Dana Tyler boutique here. I did speak with management here for the village, and I got permission to do a walkthrough of the entire plaza. I just cannot go into any of the stores unless I have permission from that store owner, which at this point I don't think that would actually be necessary. So you got the coffee and creamery spot right here, Maple Soap Company, and then Spirit of the Earth if you're looking for any minerals or gems or interesting things over there. Some more clothing stores. And as we walk through here and get a little further along, it's where we're going to get into some of the restaurants and a couple of bars that are available down here. Now, at this location, there are a number of different cruises that you can come and take advantage of here. So there are sightseeing cruises, dolphin watching cruises, which we've done before, tours of Charlotte Harbor. So I'll just see if I can bring some of this into the picture here. So lots of things to do to spend a little time out on a boat, have a drink or two, and check out the harbor. Now, what we're coming down to right over here is a fairly new addition to this facility, and it is an outdoor bar area with a little beach facility as well. We have spent some time here, and it's a great place to hang out and a wonderful place to take in the setting sun. I'll walk around, I'll turn this way and kind of show you what this looks like. As you can see, there is a little bit of a platform stage right here. So oftentimes you will find some live entertainment here. Slightly different view of the outdoor bar and this beach area. So out here is Charlotte Harbor, and generally speaking, this direction that we are looking right now is westerly. So this is a great little spot to sit and enjoy a beverage and watch the setting sun. Just a really fun little place to come and hang out, spend a little time with friends and family with some great water views. And when we get a little further down to the end of the facility here, where the two kind of end unit huge restaurants are housed, I was going to mention that you'll often see some porpoise out here playing around, having some fun, chasing dinner, whatever. I don't think there's ever been a time that we've been out to eat at either the captain's table or the old Harpoon Harry's that we didn't see dolphin present out here in the harbor. It's also kind of fun in some areas where you can be having a drink or grabbing a bite to eat and be able to be looking down and enjoying watching people try to dock their vessels. Depending on tide and wind and current and stuff, it can be mildly entertaining at times. So I'll get back up into the actual store and restaurant section of the village here. And this also does offer basically hotel rooms throughout the entire second level of this facility. So even if you aren't here visiting with family, staying at their house, you could actually stay here if that's where you needed to unpack your bags and be able to catch some Z's for a couple of nights. All right, so we will resume our walk through this facility. So obviously we got coming soon, a new restaurant here. I think this used to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think this used to be some sort of a New England or a British flair. I don't quite recall, but looks like that's going to be Leroy's Fish Shack. And over here is a main outdoor bar, pretty much dead center here in Fisherman's Village. And we've got the Village Brew House. We're walking past that right now. That's got dual level seating, so indoors and outdoors. And then down here, we're getting toward the end of Fisherman's Village here, but I will walk you on down and let you see the entire facility. There are a couple units here at the end that currently are available for lease, and to the best of my knowledge, the stores that had been here unfortunately had closed as a result, I believe, primarily of Hurricane Ian in the fall of 2022. This is the part that looks very, very strange and very sad right at the moment. I don't know exactly what happened here recently. I don't know if it was a case of not being able to come to favorable terms on a lease agreement or renewal, but downstairs here was Harpoon Harry's, which was essentially kind of typical and traditional, if you will, sports bar atmosphere. And then upstairs on the second floor was the captain's table. So this was, let's say, slightly higher on the menu price point. Um, not so much typical sports bar food, but both restaurants were absolutely wonderful and very enjoyable, each in their own unique way. So at this point, it is to be determined who may be taking over this or what exactly may happen with this particular building here at the end of Fisherman's Village. But it is sad to see, because this used to be open air here through the bottom, pool tables and games and arcades and everything else. And this building is a rather large building, so all of the length of this building and some on the side was basically waterfront seating and dining. And then the same thing with Harpoon Harry's, a lot of indoor seating, but then around the outer edge and along the other side on the upper level, outdoor seating as well, with just an absolutely spectacular view of Charlotte Harbor. And when I was referencing earlier that you almost never don't see some porpoise or something having some fun out here, this is the location. So you can imagine, if you were sitting here grabbing a bite to eat and having a drink or two, that you have an absolutely spectacular view. And especially at, let's say dinner time or evening hours with the setting sun, it was a great place to grab a bite to eat. But I'll go ahead and get back up inside and give you a view of the stores and shops on the other side of the village. And this over here right at the moment it's sad to see, living in this area for as long as I have, which at this point now is somewhere in the neighborhood of 31 years or so, going back to 1994. This had been completely full with individual boats that were docked and moored out here. I am not sure if something is changing with this little bit of a marina part here of Fisherman's Village, or if this is simply going through some renovations and repairs as a result of the hurricanes that we've seen come through this area in recent years. So it's very weird to see this so empty and vacant, because that is typically not what you see here. So if you are into boating and vessels and yachts and small boats, it was just kind of a neat area to be able to come and wander around a little bit and look at all the floating watercraft that used to be docked out there. So new store coming soon right here. And I'm not mistaken, it was this particular location right here that used to be an absolutely awesome little spot. I think it was called the Pirate's Catch. And it was a very, very unique store for like home decor and just highly unusual and unique things that you probably wouldn't find in too many other stores, probably anywhere in the country, let alone locally. This particular store has some things that are a little reminiscent. So Coastal Wonders here looks like a great place for some home decor, wall hangings, lanai decorations, that sort of thing. Then we do also have Bella Balsamic here, and looking forward to getting back into some shade. So obviously, good handful of clothing type stores here. So a bunch of clothing there, Trader Jack's here, and another clothing store right here as well. And for those of you that have family members of the four-legged or furry variety, this is an awesome little store for anything that you may want to pick up that your furry little friend may need right now, or just as a souvenir when you get home if they don't happen to be with you. Little minnows, so kind of a gift shop, fun little store for the younger members of the family. And we've got, this is a monster store beneath the sea, clothing, sunglasses, beach accessories, banners, flags, all kinds of towels, and a variety of things. Great, one of the iconic photo op locations here. If you happen to be here with some friends and family, if you're so inclined to want to grab yourself with a large shark. More clothing and ladies apparel here with Nicole's collection. And then this store right here, Laugh Out Loud, is an absolute blast of a store to visit. Every time we are here, we go into Laugh Out Loud, undoubtedly and without question, and we almost never come out of there without something new. And whether it's a coaster, whether it's some sort of a wall hanging, they just have lots of things that are either very historic or iconic or ridiculously funny. Even just looking over like the different coasters that they have, like almost every one of them has some sort of a saying or a phrase on it that if it doesn't apply to you, you probably know somebody that it does apply to. Got some people coming, so I'm going to go ahead and pause bidding for a moment, and I'll be right back. And Laugh Out Loud also has all those old-fashioned uh, types of games and little things that you're just not going to typically find in too many places anymore. So whether it's the little bald-headed guy with the magnet pencil, literally almost anything in there. You can walk through there and probably find something that is going to remind you of your childhood, regardless of what age you are right at the moment. So here we've got another gift shop. So San Bevel, unusual gifts and cards, some glassware, hats, just kind of a general variety store. You've got the Spice and Tea Exchange here. More clothing and sunglasses at Harbor Walk Resort Wear right here. Some more clothing here at the Village Outfitters. And some more clothing and also household knickknacks and souvenirs and glassware. And some more of that as well here at the Dragonfly. Carabongo here is a pretty cool store with shirts that glow and change color in the direct sunlight. And one thing I hadn't mentioned yet is here at the Village, they do an extensive decorating effort during the holiday season. So they leave these lights up throughout the course of the year, but when you get into the holidays, there are decorations and lighting like really to the nth degree. So it does tend to be a place that we will come and hang out for an afternoon or an evening, over the holidays. And oftentimes that's when someone may be in town as well. Got a Coldwell Banker Sunstar Realty office here. So if you did have any questions about real estate, you do have a resource on site right here at the Village. And then some of this pottery that's available here from Pottery Express. I'm thinking at some point I am actually going to do a walkthrough of Pottery Express down off Burnt Store Road on Zemmel Road, because it is one of the premier locations in this general area that you can find some really cool stuff for either your lanai or out and about around your house, or possibly even in your house. With that being said, I am going to wrap this up for the moment. And once again, as always, I am Matt. I am the finance fishing guy. If you ever have any questions about anything in the Southwest Florida area, I have been here since 1994 on a full-time basis and vacationing here since the early 70s. Whether you need mortgage financing for anything or not, if you have any real estate questions or anything else about this area, I want to be your resource. I want to be your tour guide, and I want to help answer those questions and connect you to whatever people or companies you may need. Thanks for watching. You make it a great day. Be sure to subscribe if you would like to see future videos about different areas and little places to go and things to do in Southwest Florida. Till next time, we'll see you again. So thanks again for watching. This is Matt Pfeiffer signing off, proudly representing Main Street Home Loans, NMLS ID 296861. I am the Fish and Finance guy. At any point, if you have any questions about anything in this local market, please don't hesitate to reach out. Whether that involves me, a real estate agent, or just a general question, happy to help you in any way that I can. Make it a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again.